Shitty video, but video nonetheless. Hey guys, Edgar here. Just wanted to do a video. I actually wanted to do the entire video, but it became complicated trying to get into these small places while recording. I don't know, maybe just lazy. And also, I get it, video faux pas, to do a how-to video without showing you everything that is going on. But I mean, it's a door panel. That's basically it. It's a door panel, but I'm replacing the door lock pin on a 2003 Land Rover Discovery. And I guess this is a pretty common thing that breaks on the Land Rover Discoveries. This is basically the point in. I almost did this without taking the handle out completely, just keeping it on. Taking the pin out was relatively easy. All I did was I used a bit and a hammer. Be careful with the whole hammer thing. So I actually did this while it was still attached to the vehicle. I hadn't taken anything out. My biggest issue was this piece from the old weak pin was still in there. It was still in there, wouldn't come out, wouldn't budge. So I unfortunately had to take the whole thing out. Now I did struggle with this because this piece right here holds, again, I'm gonna try but it holds a little bar. This is why I didn't want to do the whole thing, but let me see if I can get it from this side maybe. But there's a little bar. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it moving around. I'm not really good at all of this, but there's a bar that's right about here somewhere. Hopefully you guys can see it. I can't see it on the screen. I can see it in real life, but not on the screen. But that little bar is essentially how you open and close the door. When you tug on the handle, oh, you can kind of see that bar a little bit. It's just not in focus. My hairy arms are kind of in focus there. But that bar, there you go. That bar is attached to this piece right here, to that piece right there. I did not realize for a while that, because it's like this, that's the way it sits. So this was kind of obstructing my view. I didn't realize you could just insert a flathead. Be very careful, obviously. Insert a flathead. You kind of rotate it off. You kind of press that little tab that's right there. Press that in, and then you kind of rotate it off. I thought I had broken it for a while. That's all I did, is used a flathead, pried it to kind of squish that tab that's right there. Boom. And then rotate it off, and then this whole thing came off pretty easy. Now it's just a matter of taking my new pin, taking the new pin, boom, right here, inserting it into the hole, and then pressing in the pin, and then replacing everything. I'm gonna do the vice grips. I'm gonna use the vice grips. Again, video faux pas. How are you doing a how-to video without actually showing us? I don't have the setup for my phone. I don't have a tripod. I'm literally just holding it with my hands. But you grab this and then you squeeze, boom, and then you squeeze, and then that should press that in. Hopefully I'll show you the video a little bit after I do this, but that's all it is. You press that in, and then you replace the handle, and that's about it. Again, everything else there's videos on how to remove, how to replace the panel. I'm going to use a little RTV to kind of put that back. All right, just as I stated, I just used the pliers to press that in. Nothing major. Now it's in there, won't come off. Pressed in there pretty well. But yeah, I might flare that a little bit. I might use one of the drill bits to kind of flare that a little bit, just to prevent it from becoming loose. I don't think it needs it, but just in case, I'm probably just going to flare that out. And again, I'm just going to use one of those drill bits. I know there's punches. I have the punches somewhere, but if you're like I've been, you probably don't have the proper tools. If you do have the proper tools, you probably don't need this video. But yeah, so I'm probably just going to flare that out, and then it's literally just reinstall this. Ta-da, boom, put that back in. That goes, again, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. It's that star down over there. This camera's, there we go, that's a good focus. So this end right there needs to align with that piece that's right there. So I'll align it and then screw that back on, and then once I've screwed it back on, just replace the door panel, and I should be able to lock and unlock my doors again. Weird design, but I've had my battery die, and because this was broken, I couldn't lock or unlock my door. And then you're pretty shit out of luck if your doors don't open and your battery's dead. And we got in the habit of leaving the hood open so that we can charge a little bit. We don't use this vehicle too much, so that was annoying. So anyways, again, shitty video, but video nonetheless. Alright, I thought I was done, but I ran into an issue. It wasn't a major issue, but I think enough to kind of say the words to kind of help people out. So you see this, let me see if I could do both. That retaining clip that this bar is attached to, it swivels. I don't know if you remember that from the video. Rotate that to the opposite side, insert the I guess the bent side, insert it first, and then rotate that clip over and then press it in. That is the easiest way to do this. I tried doing it the other way, but nah. So insert into that hole, so the bent end, insert it into the hole. But remember, before you do that, the clip that's actually retaining this bar, that clip that's right on this side, this camera is not focusing the way I want it to. Anyways, rotate that over, so over the top, insert, and then bring back forward, and then you'll be able to snap it in just fine. So again, shitty video, but video nonetheless.